Hello there everybody, it's about Night aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Irae Amantes Amentes, and I do believe it is time for us to begin skipping. I don't know what the actual hell happened with the audio last episode. Hopefully it is fixed. I will be very upset if it is not. Also, hello there again, Reinhardt. It's good to see you again, just gonna let you know that. So, we got to witness... Oh! Immediate change right off the bat. So we actually got to see something, well, for one, we got to escape Rusalka's nightmare world. Yeah, it just that entire sequence was extremely uncomfortable and just not fun in the slightest. Ugh. And of course, yeah, I mean, even though it partially was censored, I kind of got the gist of what the hell Rusalka did, and... Ugh. Also, apparently, Himuro's got regenerating virginity, so that's a thing. I shouted towards what was left of Reinhardt's present. Just one more thing I had to ask him before he left. And that was...
Himuro-senpai wa... テレジアはお前らのなんだ
In response, Reinhardt gave me a moment of silence before continuing.
それは神父に聞くがよかろう
I asked Reinhardt exactly because that guy didn't seem trustworthy, and yet that was the answer he so cheerfully gave me.
面白いな面白いイザークの種が K の遊戯を得ていたかいやあるいは連城か気の多いことだよカールよりは男だな
Oh god, we're skipping right back again. Fuck! That was quick. I shook my head as I whispered the words. No matter how much I thought about it, I couldn't just walk away like this. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't leave Himuro here with these psychos. I held Marie's hand tightly in mine and stared into her eyes, trying to get her to understand my intentions. I beg of you, forgive me. I'm sorry, but I need your help to save someone precious to me. Please lend me your strength.
いいよ。わかった。
I'm sorry, Marie. Marie nodded. She'd help me? I felt grateful beyond words. I had no idea what fate had in store for us, but we'd tackle it head on together. Alright, let's do this.
お待ちなさい仕方ありませんね
The moment I began to make a run for it, Father Trifa called for me to halt. Was I out of my mind? I had to ignore it. If I was gonna do it, now was the time. Or so I thought. But his timing was so perfect, the sheer surprise I felt left me paralyzed. The next moment, however, he said something that astonished me enough to make me forget my panic.
あなたにテレジアを渡しましょうですからここで乱暴な行動は控えていただきたい
Huh? No. What the hell did he just say? Hand Tricia over. To me. Seriously?
それさえ疑われてはもはやどうにもなりませんがね繰り返しましょうかあなたにテレジアを渡します
Okay.
やれやれそんな顔をされては心外ですね単にリスクをおもんばかった上での決定ですよ他はない
Not sure if I should believe that, considering who I'm talking to.
ここであなたに暴れられてはまず私が一番危ない加え知らないでしょうがこのすぐ近くに火薬庫よりも堅牢なものがあるのですよあれに火がついてしまったらもはやしっちゃかめっちゃかだリザの機嫌を取る必要もあるもちろん形式上共に並んで門を出るというわけにはいきませんがね他の者に気づかれぬよう隙を見てあなたのところへ送りましょうそれでいかがに
Huh. Fine. I took a moment to think. However, doubting him now would just put me into an endless loop of distrust. Which was why...
レン、本当だよ。嘘じゃないから。
I decided to believe the assertion of the freshly changed Marie. Yes, instead of the priest, I believed in Marie.
わかった。そうしてくれ。今日は帰る。
はい。では、出口まで案内しましょう。ご心配なく、必ず約束は守りますよ。
Marie, analysis! Valeria Trifa respectfully bowed his head and started to show us the way out.
言い忘れましたが、あなたの友人も死んではいない。心配しているでしょうから、早く帰って安心させてあげなさい。
友人？白か。
So he was alright, huh? Well, he wasn't the type to worry about me, but the club was the only place I could return to right now, so we'd definitely meet up there. I'd made the correct choice, right? Humura will come to us and we'll all pal around like we always did, right?
ありがとう、レン。信じてくれて。
And you're making me feel bad that I'm not doing your route again.
いや、そんな。
Marie's sunny smile made me feel embarrassed and kind of bad. After all, I ignored her words at first and made her play along with my selfishness as we almost did something really reckless.
ごめん。
何が？
Marie asked the question with the same bright smile on her face, making me feel apologetic again. The situation might have gone completely out of hand, but as I said before, we could win this, Himuro. We won't give up, we won't lose, and we'll survive. All of us. Together. Ah! Fucking skipping. God, that was a short skip. I keep being startled by that. With the united cheer as the cue, they began to scatter. Seeing them off without even looking at them, Trifa shifted his gaze forwards.
あなたは行かれないのですか、リザ。
ええ。まずは3つというのなら、あの3人に任せればいいでしょ。
まあ強制はしませんがね。
何？
いえ、そうやって問題を先送りにするあなたの気性は、これからの局面、いささか辛くなるのではと。
Father Trifa spoke with nothing but sarcasm, yet his words echoed with genuine concern and sympathy. Lisa nodded with a bitter smile.
そうね。もうごっこもおしまいね。
さて、おしまいというのなら、それはいつからだったのか。母というものはリザ、良くも悪くもこう美化するものだと思いますよ。
え？
そんなことはない。あの子なら、あの子に限って。月並みな言いようですが、愛とは盲目の同義語でしょう。
The priest walked past her while saying something ominous as Lisa followed him with her gaze, posing her own question.
じゃああなたは？あなたは違うの？
ええ、違います。私も盲目ではありますが。これも月並みですが、よく言うでしょう。見えぬゆえに、より見える。リザ、テレジアをもう一度、藤井さんに会わせてあげなさい。
For that was how the priest displayed his love.
あなたに彼と合わす顔がないというなら、マレウスにでも預ければよい。どうせ第一陣は、血気盛んなベイが切るに決まっている。彼女とレオンハルトは今日一日程度なら暇でしょ
う。No, I would really prefer Bay, honestly.
リザ、これは勘ですが、少し面白いことが起きそうだ。一つ質問があるのですが、テレジアに反抗期はありましたか？
Doesn't everybody have the rebellious period? Unable to comprehend the meaning of the question, Lisa remained silent. She then moved her head to look back at him and saw a small smile.
そこにいるのでしょう。 テレジア。ここは良いので、彼のところへ行きなさい。土台あの程度の仰せでは、お互い悔いが残るでしょうから。
She was waiting for the right time, and now that she got the go-ahead, Rhea, dressed in her casual clothing, ran past them both and into the brightening night. Lisa wondered what was going on as she fought the confusion and tried to get a grasp of the situation while looking at Rhea's back, which got more distant by the moment. There's no way. That girl, of all people, would never... Lisa saw things clearly now. She was, to put it one way, underestimating Rhea. Due to her burdening bewilderment, Lisa didn't notice the words that Trifa whispered into Rhea's ears the very moment she passed them. Naturally, it was an action planned out around her character, so it was only obvious that she didn't hear the words. And with that, the wave caused by the pebble that Rhea threw became ever larger.
まあ、呆れるほどの綱渡りではありますがね。ハイドリ秘境は血を望んでおられる。言ったでしょう。たとえそれが誰のものでも。
The senseless words made her momentarily doubt something. But then...
あなた、まさか。
She couldn't speak the remainder of the sentence. It seemed too out of the ordinary, too stupid and deathly lacking in prudence. An action befitting either a fool or a trickster. Why not both?
素晴らしい子だ、テレジア。正直私もその手は考えていませんでしたよ。
Oh. Paul Rotterspin is dead. Chapter 7, Sacrament End. Are we gonna have ourselves some nice skippage again? Oh! I think now we're finally getting to the divergence here. Like, where there's not gonna be much skipping at all, and it's just gonna be pure, story here. Rhea staggered through the dark streets, her breathing uneven, her shoulders trembling. Despite it being 6 o'clock in the morning, the sky still loomed dark overhead. The girl's general aversion to exercise, coupled with the blinding darkness, ultimately resulted in her legs giving out under the strain. Having gained more inertia from descending the steep slope than she had thought, Rhea could no longer stop herself and tumbled straight towards the intersection ahead. Shit! Why was she in such a hurry anyway? There was no one chasing her. Even if there was, no amount of struggling would help her escape. She poured all her strength into one mad dash for absolutely no reason at all. Besides, she still didn't know how she would face Fuji after what happened. She felt awkward, ashamed, and most of all, embarrassed. If she had to choose between seeing him now or never meeting him again, she would naturally opt for the former. But at the moment, she certainly felt like hurrying was the last thing she needed to do. Why then? Why all this struggle? There was most likely no particular reason for it. She merely grew excited, uncharacteristically so. Her heart raced fast, her skin tingled with anticipation. She simply could not calm down. The mere thought of what had been waiting for them, what results her plan would precipitate. It all filled her with dread and joy and guilt and self-loathing. What a combination. Might need some ice cream for that one. Was it really a good idea? Would it all go well? Or would it only make everything even worse? A lousy example it might be, yet those feelings could very well have mirrored those of a mischievous brat before the prank of their life. Rhea could not help chuckling at herself for thinking all those things in the middle of a fall. She was certainly not plummeting down to her death or anything of the sort. Although she could very well be run over by a car if she tumbled all the way to the middle of the street. In a way, that could be the best conclusion to this story. Plot twist! Rhea rouses and poof, dead. And then Reinhardt just kind of sitting in his throne like, well, I actually didn't see that coming. However, a mere second before she crashed face first into the hard asphalt, a pair of hands appeared from seemingly nowhere, catching her. They belonged to...
意外に足が速いんですね。
Oh, hi, Sakurai.
朝からジョギングですか？ 先輩。
Kay considered Ray with an emotionless face, although it did not seem like she meant her harm. They hadn't spoken in a long while, yet Himuro had noticed the jet black-haired girl back at school.
ジョギングするならチャージでするよ。
そういうの持ってなさそうですけどね。
持ってるよ。学校指定のだけど。
そうですか。
After helping Ray back to her feet, Kay turned around and began to walk away without uttering another word.
待って、
何か
それで終わり？
終わりとは？
Wasn't the girl going to ask what Ray was doing, or where she was going? Kay regarded Ray with a silence for a few moments, then let out a small sigh.
私はあなたに何の感情も持っていないし、人の管轄に口を挟むつもりもない。ただ一つ言うことがあるとすれば、芸家の手から出られたと思っているなら、それは勘違いだろうというだけです。氷室先輩、私はあなたよりあの人のことをよく知っているつもりですよ。言いたいことはそれだけですか？だったら。
釣れないね。
I mean, you're not wrong. Ray uttered the words as if to herself.
私もあなたのことはどうでもいい。というか、あまり好きじゃないけど。
結構です。もともと初対面に近いし、口を聞くのも初めてだ。別に仲良くする理由はない。
確かに。仲良くしようとは思わないね。
Well, this is just a friendly conversation, ain't it? Rhea paused, the pace of her breathing quickening, perhaps as a result of her strenuous exercise. However, the words that followed were calm and serene, without a trace of hoarseness.
初対面じゃないよ。話をするのも初めてじゃない。
No, it is not.
それはどういう？
Kay suddenly paused and furrowed her brows, as if someone had rubbed salt into a wound that had yet to heal.
思い出した？昔に一度だけ話したよね。
Mm-hmm.
記憶曖昧だけど、あれはあなたでいいんでしょ？他にも二人一緒にいて。
それが一体どうしたと？
あなたはあの日、あの後何をしてたの？
だから。
What on earth was she getting at? Kay began shaking her head in irritation, but soon regained her composure, producing an answer with a hint of self-scorn mixed into her tone.
寝てましたよ。子供は寝る時間だと言われてね。だけど、あなたには関係ないことだ。わざわざそんなことを言うために、この寒い中出てきたんですか？
別にあなたじゃなくてもよかったけどね。ついでに一つ聞かせてちょうだい。
何を？
Rhea gave Kay a nod.
ねえ、桜井さん。ヨハンって誰？
Oh, okay. Kay seemed genuinely confused by the question.
ヨハン？
生きてるって言われたから。
Ray heard the priest say something along those lines as she left the church the other day. However, neither Ray nor Kay could understand what it meant. However, it seemed like her question had an unexpected effect instead.
それは本当かしら、テレジアちゃん？
The two flinched as the voice from below, Rhea's shadow, suddenly addressed them. Oh god.
情報源はバビロンじゃないわよね。クリストフがそんなことを？何を根拠に？
Of course she's here.
ああ、もしかしてあれかな？シュピーネかな？だったらあながち。
Well, that's because I know everything.
マリウス、いちいちしゃしゃり出てくるな。彼女と話しているのは私だ。
あら、何よ、ずいぶんな言い草ね。どうせあなたにはちんぷんかんぷんの話でしょうに。あなたがわかる話なら別にあるから、今は黙ってなさいな。 ねえテレジアちゃん、この子引っ掛けるならズバッと直球のおすすめよ。脳みそ筋肉なんだから、あまり深く考えないたちみたいだし。
This is so freaking weird.
それともね、まさかここに来て迷ってるとか言うつもりじゃ。
Kay's sudden interruption broke off Rusalka's long-winded spiel.
あなたに気をつけろとか言うだけ無駄なのは分かっているけど、あまりあれと関わらない方がいい。こういう小賢しい術にだけは人一倍長けているから。
Oh yeah, I expected. Kay withdrew her hand from Rhea's silver locks, revealing the long strand of red hair she had found in there.
アンテナを刺されていましたよ、先輩。いつからマレウスと親しくなったんですか？まあ、それはいいとして。彼女、妙なことを言ってましたね。あなたがわかる話なら別にあるとか。私を引っ掛けるとは、どういう意味です？
Rhea shrugged her shoulders in mock confusion. And?
よければ今日一日付き合って。あなたと一緒なら安全そうだし。行きたいところも、見たいものも、話したいことも。
And people to meet.
いろいろあるから。
Kay only narrowed her eyes instead of answering. The girl didn't answer any of her questions, and she didn't have the time to play Cinderella with every self-proclaimed tragic heroine she met.
ダメ。
And yet there was something that made it very difficult to refuse her proposal. Chapter 8, Memento Mori. Oh, we've already had that chapter name before. Well, we're probably going to see some skipping, aren't we? Probably. Fuck, I don't know. It had already gone bright by the time I reached the city center. At a glance, the morning scenery of the town seemed unchanged from its usual appearance, making the night's events feel like a bad nightmare. However, I knew that was naive sentimentality on my part. Nothing more. A bunch of Nazi psychos had most certainly infested my home ground, and all those normal people were in mortal danger despite not even suspecting a thing. If I was an adult with an actual position in society, I would do all I could to evacuate the place. Unfortunately, I was just another kid in the eyes of the public, with no power to move the people. I had no choice but to grit my teeth and go along with those bastards' war game. The lives of everyone in this town were my chips in this poker game of death. They ensured folding was not an option. I couldn't help wishing to lay prostrate and apologize to every single one of the businessmen and jogging students bustling through the morning streets. It might not even have been directly my fault, but I was still the one playing with their lives, unbeknownst to them. Even if I won, this feeling of guilt wouldn't fade. Still, this wasn't the time to be getting too philosophical. I needed to dedicate all my time to averting the worst possible outcome of this fucked up situation. Forgetting myself in a woe is me routine wasn't going to help anyone.
よし。
I calmed myself. The first thing I had to do now was learn more about the bastards, and I needed someone to help me on that, regardless of how much I hated the idea of it. It seemed like Shiro and Honjo knew significantly more about the Obsidian Round Table than I did. Plus, at least according to Father Trifa, they should have still been alive, no doubt hanging out at that club of theirs. I had to find them, exchange information, and come up with a proper plan before anything unexpected happened again. Time was of the essence.
ねえレン、あれ見て。
Marie pulled on my sleeve, urging me to turn around. As I did,
あの人たちはレンとかすみの友達？部屋にかけてあったのと同じ服着てるよ。
ああ。
Marie pointed at a group of students from my school, at least judging by their uniforms. It was still a bit early for class, so they probably belonged to one of those clubs with morning practice.
おい待て。
Clubs? Morning practice? Wait, weren't most of such activities put on hold because of the decapitation murders? There was one idiot who ignored the warnings, but any students with at least a shred of common sense would be locked up in their homes at this hour. Besides, wasn't today Sunday?
Too bad it's Sunday. Those buildings would have been full tomorrow.
My own stupidity left me momentarily speechless. How long had I been locked up in underground, exactly? Never even tried to check how much time I'd spent unconscious since that battle at the bridge.
マリ
I stopped myself, realizing she'd have no concept of dates anyway. I gaped at Marie for a few moments, but unable to form sensible words before thinking to check my pockets.
ない
My phone was gone. I suppose there was little to be surprised about that. I mean, I was captured and locked up in a dungeon following a long and strenuous battle. If I didn't drop the phone mid-fight, they would have taken it away from me while I was unconscious.
くそ
I looked around in panic and discovered a convenience store nearby. I promptly stormed inside and asked the clerk about today's date.
月曜日
God damn it! I'd been unconscious for a whole day! I left the store in a hurry, almost crashing into Marie, who followed me in confusion.
悪い今すぐ家に帰る
And at top speed, there was not a second to waste.
どうして？
かすみが学校に行っちまう
Not waiting for an answer, I dashed down the street.
待ってよ。
Before I could get too far, however, she caught me by the sleeve, nearly making me crash into the pavement as I lost my footing. My first thought was to shake her hand off, but then I realized.
一人で行かないで。置いていっちゃ嫌だ。
Come on, Ren. Get your head in the game. Ah, right, of course. Couldn't leave her to wander the streets alone. I'd lost my cool there for a second. Still, it didn't change the fact we had to hurry.
一緒に走るぞきついかもしんないけどゆっくりしてられない
I think we're actually back to a similar scene already, just that the text is not purple.
大丈夫。私走るの得意だよ。
I had no idea how long her endurance would last, but in the worst case scenario, I could just carry her in my arms. We were past the point where we could afford minding the eyes of strangers.
行くぞ
I grabbed Marie by the hand and began my mad dash down the street for real. My heart was jackhammering like a damn fire alarm. Kasumi would run right into Sakurai and Rusalka if she went to school today, and now that I had established myself as their opposition, that meant mortal danger for her. I'd do everything in my power to protect her.
くしょ
I felt dazed at my own hypocrisy. I've been passing countless other students heading to school on my way home. Yet here I was, completely ignoring them while only caring about saving Kasumi. She was the only person at school I could still call a friend. Now that Himuro had basically turned out to be one of them, in a way Kasumi was now my Achilles heel. That was my excuse for prioritizing her above the rest. The other students would be no use to them as hostages, which placed Kasumi in greater danger. Still,
クズだ俺は
the truth was that I simply devalued human lives. I cared little about people whose names I didn't know if the alternative meant losing Kasumi. Mere moments ago, I was pondering the safety of the entire town, and now that I found myself cornered, I abandoned it all in a heartbeat.
くそくそくそ
And this game of self-blame was as hypocritical as everything else about me. No matter how much I cried over it being a tough choice, I'd never even considered the possibility of sacrificing Kasumi. In which case, I had to stop wallowing in self-pity and stick to my guns like a man.
泣かないで。
I wasn't crying, but I might if you keep that up, so please stop prodding me, I'm begging you.
レンは正直だね。
Marie gave my hand a firm but gentle squeeze. A while ago, she was goofing around like a kid, yet now she consoled me. Something really had happened to her.
大丈夫だよ。私がついてる。
Right now, though, her abrupt change in personality ended up helping me out.
だから怖くないよ。一緒だよ。
She was right. I could depend on her now.
マリ全部終わったら
When everything's over, let's go eat that crazy parfait again. And it'd be even better if Kasumi, Hiboro, Shiro, and Honjo could join us as well. No one should be able to blame me for hoping for such a future. And so, after a few minutes of running, we reached our apartment complex, jumping 3 steps at a time. Nice. I think I could probably pull that off. I flew to her door and started banging on it.
おい俺だいんのかかすみ出てこいこら
I honestly felt like a Yakuza debt collector there for a second, but I was beyond
起き
caring.
ろ寝てんのかおいかすみ
Getting no response, I tried the doorknob. It turned without resistance.
鍵が開いてる
I'm guessing, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure Shiro and Honjo probably kidnapped her. I think this is, wait a minute, yeah, I think I know what's about to happen. He's going to pick up the phone, and then it's going to explode, and then we head straight to the club. I wonder why this is not skipping. Is it because, wait, didn't Marie have longer hair during this? Yeah, Marie had long hair during this moment, but this time she's got short hair, so... Yeah, I'm pretty sure...
いないね。
The room was completely empty, just as Marie had said. I tried looking through the hole leading to my own room, but there was no one there either.
まさかもう出たのか
If the phone rings, then I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen. That made no sense. It was way too early. The clock had been pointing at 7 o'clock in the morning, and she only ever did her kendo thing after school. That club didn't have morning practice.
お揃いの服はないね。
Yeah, I think it's pretty much the exact same thing. Marie, but I'm still going to go over it just in case there's something different. Marie, who had been looking over the room behind my back, pointed out that Kasumi's uniform was gone. I found a spare in the closet, but the one she'd always wear was definitely not in the room. She must have left wearing it. There's no other way to explain it. And I'm wondering if, like, maybe... There's a possibility that Himuro might also be at the club, probably. In other words...
遅かったのか
I couldn't think of another possibility, but in that case it seemed odd that we never ran into her on our way here. It'd make no sense for her to abruptly change the usual route she took to school, but then how early could she have left?
追いかける？
いや
Something wasn't right here. Normally it would make the most sense to try and catch up to her, but I began to doubt if she ever left for school at all. The door being left unlocked was fishy enough. Kasumi might not have been the most fastidious person in the world, but she at least knew how to lock her damn door. She'd been kidnapped then? Why'd they kidnap? Well, because it's freaking Honjo! She's good at kidnapping people, apparently! Just as the well anxiety in my chest peaked and was about to explode, phone rings! Called it! Startled by the sudden sound of the phone, Marie latched onto my shoulder, sending both of us tumbling down onto the floor. Wait, sure, that hurt, Ed, but I'm about to get choked here, so get off me already!
何？あれ何？
I can't...
音がするの？
Can't move! Just a goddamn everyday wait, phone?
ちょマリ頼むどいて
やだ。何か光ってるよ。怖い。
お前の胸の方がよっぽど怖えよ
Impossible I wanted to avoid getting smothered by these things. I shoved Marie aside, who had shown no sign of letting go of my head, and took a closer look at Kasumi's blinking phone. The phone's LED screen displayed an unknown number.
あれだ
I had a bad feeling about this, considering everything we'd found out so far. It could very well have been a ransom call from the kidnappers. Yeah, this is pretty much going tit for tat the same way. I'm just wondering if the phone's going to be any different this time. I hope that her inexplicable intuition could help us on this matter, but...
お前。
I had no idea what was up with her, but she seemed completely out of it. Still crumbled to the floor and mumbling, "You called her a dumbass, of course!"
お前。お前って呼ばれた。
I wish she could have at least taken care to hide her panties. Yep, it's pretty much playing the same way. Alright then.
ざけんなよてめえ
What the hell is this? Now I feel like a damn idiot. Those bird-brained bastards.
何？どうしたのレン？大声出して。
Marie peeked up from behind my shoulder. I handed her the receiver in silence, took a deep breath to calm down, then pressed it against her ear.
これどうするの？
I didn't feel like explaining the intricacies of a phone to her right now. Well, I suppose my anger was uncalled for. If anything, I should have felt thankful to the two bastards. I wasn't trying to vent my frustration on someone. I was fully aware of that.
その声マリーちゃんあんたも無事だったんだねよかったよかった
The phone's going to explode. It was just that the abrupt change of mood sort of made me crack. I ended up running around in a panic for absolutely no reason, like some damn idiot. And so the only option left to me at this point was to completely lose my shit. Should have known blockhead number 2 would be just as reckless as number 1. Birds of a feather, those two.
かすみちゃん、私が拉致っといたから安心して戻っといて。
Yep.
なんか今もギャーギャーギャーギャーわめいてるしさ。説明責任果たしなさいよ、色男って。そこのブスくれてる人に言っといて。じゃ、この通話が終わると同時にその電話機は爆発します。ピーという発信音が鳴った後。
うるさい、黙れ。お前絶対いつかパクられるからな。日本警察なめんなよ、バカ。
I just want to see the explosion again. I slammed the receiver down so hard it shook the table.
やんまり本当に爆発なんかしないから。
I considered Marie, who had been cowering in the corner, pressing her palms against her ears, and took a sigh. She seemed to have remained childlike and blindly trusting despite the recent changes that occurred in her. I was better off keeping jokes to myself around her.
大丈夫なの？
Shit's about to go boom.
ああ、だいたいどんな仕組みで家電を遠隔爆破させられるんだっていう。
Wait for it. 3, 2, 1.
するのかよ。
Called it! It wasn't a huge explosion or anything, but fumes burst out of the receiver after a relatively loud crackling noise. That Honjo, was she out of her mind? Yes, she was.
嘘つき。
あ、まあ、ごめん。
My god, Ren. First you call her a dumbass, now you're just lying to her. My god, man. Okay. Back to just trying to skim through to see what is new, considering it's not purple!
そっちの話は終わり？
Okay, that was immediate. Never mind then. I felt someone suddenly patting me on the shoulder, making me jump, almost like I was jolted by electricity.
おっとっと、怖いな。そんなオーバーアクションしないでよ。
Okay, here's the differences. Okay.
お前。
Where did she come from? Rusalka, dressed in our school's uniform, regarded my stupor with a smile.
なんかあれね。レン君っていつもかすみかすみ言ってない？ちょっと過保護っていうか気使いすぎに見えるんだけど。ほら、ことわざにもあるじゃない？二頭を追う者は一頭も得ずとか。あっちもこっちも見てると本当に大事なもの落としちゃうよ。ってあれ？どうしたのかな？
That must have been it.
一番手はお前かよ。
The war had already begun, just like Reinhardt had claimed. Her being here could only mean one thing, that she came to fight. Which meant I had no right to refuse either.
お前やりに来たんだろ。いいぞ、相手してやるさ。
I doubted our apartment had a swastika under it, but if she challenged me herself, I had no choice but to accept. The damn bitch, however, only jerked her shoulders a few times and began cackling at me.
思考回路野蛮人なの？
Maybe.
前の時から顔を合わせたら切ったとか貼ったとか。もっとホモ・サピエンスな考え方しましょうよ。あなたたち男がそんなことばっかりやってるから、いつまで経っても戦争がなくならないんじゃない？ねえ、あなただってそう思うよね。男絶滅させちゃったらつまんない犯罪とかなくなりそうな気がしない？どうだろう。
Rusalka patted Marie on the shoulder like an old friend as the latter blinked at her in utter confusion.
まあでも本当にそれやっちゃったら文明が原始時代レベルまで落ちそうだけどね。それはそれでありっちゃありか。いや、それよりそもそも男いなくなっちゃったら子供生まれないから人類終了しちゃうわね。私ったら何言ってんだろ本当に。レン君が真顔で面白いこといきなり言うからツボ入っちゃったじゃない。
It was almost as if we were suddenly back to the relationship we had in school. She gave me an amiable laugh, not minding my hostility in the slightest.
別にここであなたに何かしようなんて思ってないわよ、慌てんぼさん。私はただの使いっ走り。クリストフと約束したんじゃないの？お姫様の身柄を引き渡すってさ。
You were tailing her, though.
忘れちゃったの？
Rusalka eyeballed me from below as I considered her words in silence. Of course I didn't forget. Father Trifa did indeed say that he'd leave Himuro to me. Then did this woman come here to...
お前が引率を仰せつかったって？
クリストフが何も言わないもんだから私が空気読んでるのよ。ほっといたらすれ違っちゃうでしょ、あなたたち。だから感謝してほしいな。キューピッドやってあげてるんだからいつまでも怖い顔してないでよ。だいたい
I wish to file for a different Cupid, please.
今ここで始めちゃったら大事件になっちゃうでしょ。
She was right on that point.
そうだな。
物分かりが良くてよろしい。
Students were on their way to school right around this time. If Rusalka didn't wish for a fight, there was no reason for me to start one. I might have been letting a golden chance slip by, but I couldn't risk the lives of countless people for a personal matter. I inhaled a deep breath and calmed down.
先輩はどこにいるんだ？
ついといでよ、合わせてあげるから。
おびき出してはめようって言うんじゃないだろうな。
あら、怖い？
怖くないって風には言えないな。
でも来るんでしょ？
当たり前だろう。
I was also concerned about Shiro, Honjo, and Kasumi, but I at least had the chance to confirm their safety through the phone. My top priority at the moment was securing Himuro. I couldn't leave her in the hands of these psychos. I glanced to my side and shared my intentions with my companion.
いいよな、マリ。
かすみたちは放っておくの？
ああ、ほっとく。っていうかやっぱり無駄に俺と絡まない方があいつらにとっては安全だろう。
ねえちょっと、ついてくるなら早くおいでよ。
うるさいな、表で待ってろよ。
I pushed Rusalka out the door, then closed it before she could protest. Information was of utmost importance, and I most certainly needed more allies. At the same time, though, I didn't wish to involve Kasumi and the others. I could use this situation to pry more information out of Rusalka. She dodged most of my questions the last time we talked, but now I was, in a way, just like them. Besides, the situation had changed considerably in the past few days. This time I might learn things that I wouldn't have ever known how to ask back then. I still had no idea what happened to Marie either, and, well, I figured it would be for the best if we took care of the situation with members that would have been already too deep in all this shit to turn back, Himuro included. However...
ねえ、本当にそれでいいの？
Marie considered me with worried eyes. To tell the truth, it startled me.
反対なのか？
I ran the risk of sounding conceited, but I never even considered the possibility of Marie protesting any of my decisions.
そういうわけじゃないけど。ねえ、レンはかすみたちを放っておくんだよね。それってつまり大事だから？大切に思ってるからそうするんだよね。
ああ、そうだけど。
I hadn't the faintest clue what was going through her mind.
私はそんな風に気を使われたらなんか嫌だなって思うよ。かすみたちはダメだけど私はいいっていう違いは何？順番があるの？それとも立っているところが違うの？大事だから関わらせないっていうことは、つまり関わらせてくれる私は
いや、ちょっと待てよ。別に俺はなんていうか。
I interrupted her before she could finish. But what was I about to say?
そんな極端な話じゃなくて、俺は単にただ。
ただ
She was my weapon, so I felt it only natural to bring her to battle. Had I never considered her own opinion and safety? No, I most certainly did, at the beginning. But I had no excuse at the moment. If she hadn't said a thing, I would never have noticed that I wasn't treating her like the rest. I mean, I didn't even consider the fact that she could dissent my opinion. I couldn't explain how she was different from Kasumi and me. Faced with her question, I could only fruitlessly gape at her like a nitwit. All I could come up with were a series of pathetic excuses.
ごめん、なんでもないよ。
Good job, Bren, you fucked up. And so I couldn't answer her lowered, somewhat self-scornful voice.
ちょっと不思議だっただけ。レンに置いていかれたら悲しいけど、そうされるのが優しさなのかなって思ったら、なんだかこんがらがっちゃって。おかしいね。私、よくわからないことがいっぱいあるよ。
俺は。
うん、だからレンは気にしないで。
Too late. Marie interrupted me, although I still had no idea what I was about to say.
もっと簡単に考えるよ。レンと一緒にいられる私は得なんだって。かすみ、かわいそうだけど、ちょっと嬉しい。私の方が近いところにいられるから。こういうの、なんて言うんだろう。優越感？そんな感じ。だからレンは何も気にしないで。ね。
Marie forced a smile as she clasped my hand and started shaking it up and down. I was still too dumbfounded to react and ended up answering her with a vague smile of my own.
まあ、あいつはそういうキャラだし。
いつも置いてけぼりなんだ。ひどいね。私にそんなことしたら怒っちゃうよ。
You're shooting yourself in the foot, dude!
誇るマリっていうのも見ものではあるかな。
I answered her with an empty joke. Just as I thought, pretty much everything about her being seemed to have changed quite drastically. Her vocabulary, jokes, even the strength and expression of her emotions. The more human she became, the less I knew how to treat her. Putting that aside, though, an even more perplexing puzzle had...
ねえ、それでこれから会いに行く人はレンの中でどういう扱いなの？
That question was even harder than the last.
あそこに見えるのが病院、学校、そしてすぐそこにある遊園地。加え、ここを入れれば計8つ。以上、私から教えられるのはこんなところです。
Finishing her explanation in a matter-of-fact voice, Kay considered the
こ
girl.
の町はあなたの分身であり、今挙げた施設は臓器のようなものですね。我々が一つずつ開くたびに、肺や肝臓が潰れていく。それは最終的に心臓へ達し、
その時私のまるでカウントダウン。いや、棒倒しっぽいのかな。わかる？小さい頃に砂場で遊んだりしたあれだけど。
私は砂場で遊んだような経験はないですが、棒倒しというより地上げプラス井戸掘りですね。私たちは乾いているから湧き出てくる水が欲しい。その場所にあった家と住人には申し訳ないですが、我々のために溺れてもらう。いや、水の栄養になってもらうというのが正しいか。あなたも、そして彼らも。
都合よく追い出すことはできないの？
できませんね。
Kay considered the other people present in the observatory and callously shrugged her shoulders.
私の個人的感情や都合はともかく、誰かが彼らを追い出しても、また新しい住人が同じ数だけ入ってくる。ここはそういう家だ。あなた同様、私にとっても面識のない方ですが、副首領閣下の陣を甘く見ない方がいい。
ガールクラフト。
ええ、 よくご存知で。ゲイからに聞いたのですか？
別にそういうわけじゃないけどね。ただなんとなくわかるの。記憶が生まれてくる。
それは。
Despite the odd choice of words, Ray's description was quite apt. Memories were the records of the past. You could remember, but not have them simply appear. Despite that, they would abruptly manifest in Ray's mind. As the information dormant in your blood could affect your growth, so would the events in this town cause chemical reactions within the girl's gestalt. Knowledge and events that she had never experienced would at times surface in her consciousness. Almost as if she had been recalling her previous life.
私のおじいちゃん、おばあちゃん、わからないけど、その人が知っていたことは理解できるようになるみたいね。まだ時間はかかりそうだけど。
おそらく井戸掘りが進むほど近づいていきますよ。はじめの一人に。
名前は？
さあ、ただ男性だったとだけは聞いています。
そう。じゃあおじいちゃんなんだね。
Ray produced a faint smile, which made Kay falter for a moment.
どうしたの？変な顔だよ。私が頭おかしい子にでも見える？
率直に言わせてもらえば、そうですね。
How could she smile? Why did she not despair? Kay could not comprehend the mental state of the girl whatsoever. But it also made her feel like a fool, and hesitate when the girl seemed like she could tell exactly what Kay had been thinking all along.
殺す相手が取り乱してないと不安？あなたの経験にこういうケースはなかったの
？The question was so direct that Kay found herself unable to answer it. In exchange, she let out a sigh, clearing her head.
まあ。
There was no point in thinking too much about it. That was merely the kind of being that the girl was. The eerie vibe about her was most likely the sign that her original had been drawing near. After all, her whole being was a product of witchcraft. There was no use trying to understand the girl through the lens of common sense.
私の感情がどうかはともかく、あなたに恐怖がないのなら結構です。抵抗されても何がどうなるわけではありませんが、煩わしいことに変わりはない。おとなしく水に沈んでくれるなら、掘る側の私は楽ができる。気持ち悪くはありますがね。言ってしまえばそれだけのことだ。で、
Deeming that conversation over and done with, Kay promptly changed the subject.
藤井君に会いたいとのことですが、別れの挨拶でもするんですか？
うん。まあ、そんなようなもの。最後に怒らせちゃったかもしれないし、いろいろとね、話したい。
いろいろですか？
そう、いろいろ。
Things indeed!
気になる？私がどんなことを話すか。
おおよその見当はつきます。
Most likely a claim that she loved him or anything pertaining to that subject. In short, nothing that would interest Kay.
マレウスなら聞き耳でも立てたがるかもしれませんがね。私はあれほど下世話じゃない。そういうのは正直。
興味ないの？
ありませんよ。
Kay realized she had a self-deprecating smile on her face.
というより、想像できないので共感もできない。その手の話題は自分に置き換えることができないと楽しめないものでしょ？
もったいないね。顔だけはいいのに。
Fuck!
それはどうも。ですが、顔だけうんぬ言うのなら、彼も同じじゃないですか。
藤井君は違うよ。男の子はハートが大事。
彼のハートはだいぶ特殊な仕様だと思いますけどね。
それは同感。でもそこがいいの。
タで食う虫も好き好きですか？
Kay made an exaggerated exclamation of perplexity as Ray considered her with mischievous
よ
eyes.
かったね。
何がです？
今のが女の子的な会話。無駄なおしゃべり。誰が好きとかかっこいいとか、あなたが興味ないって言ってたお話だよ。本当にそう思ってるのかどうかは知らないけど、できるじゃない。割と自然な感じだったよ。私はこういうの得意じゃないけど、それでも簡単に乗ってくるくらいだから、素質あるのかもね、桜井さん。意外に綾瀬さんあたりと気が合うかもしれない。だったら。
何です？
Kay interrupted Ray with a cold voice.
私にのんきな学園ドラマでもやっていろと。まあそれもいいですが、あなた方の始末がついた後に堪能させてもらいますよ。今はその時じゃない。すみませんが、あまり気の長い性分でもないので、そろそろ本題に入りましょう。氷室先輩、あなたは私にお願いがあるんでしょ？
And Kay could guess what it was. After all, this place, this tower, had been one of the swastika locations.
この状況、至極簡単に取れる。
It might have been a weekday, but the tower was still one of the most popular hangout spots in the city. Kay could reap as many people as she wished in this place, and she had little incentive to show them mercy. She did not necessarily fancy indiscriminate mass murder, but she would not shy away from the act provided the circumstances called for it.
そのうち彼が来るのなら、私にとって本当に好都合だ。一度不本意な流れで勝負を止められましたからね。米じゃありませんが、個人的にも収まりがつかない。ですがそれは、あなたにとってやめてほしいことなんでしょ？
That was what the girl would ask of her.
私に自制を促したい。この場において手を出すなと。
うん、自制。
Not to suppress her instincts and exercise patience, but to alleviate it with something else. That was what Ray meant. But the girl had neither the power nor the influence to command Kay. So what could she possibly offer to her?
聞いてくれる？
話だけなら。
Kay would not agree to a truce, yet at the same time, somewhere in the back of her mind, she knew that she would probably give in to the girl. Or there was another matter that bothered her greatly.
藤井くんのこともそうだけど、ここは結構好きな場所だから、汚してほしくないんだよね。そういう意味じゃ学校もだけど、あそこはマレウスに取られてる。
だから彼女には、もう何らかの話は通したと？
うん、まあ、とりあえずだけど。
Ray had convinced Rusalka to help her before she even approached Kay. The girl must have walked quite a tightrope to get that harpy on her side. And Kay was very curious how she did it. Although she was not certain whether the bait that enticed Rusalka would also work on herself.
あのね。
Ray addressed Kay as juvenile excitement and deep-rooted anxiety wrestled in the mind of the latter.
あなたの大事なあの人たち。どうして死んだのか知ってるよ。
Oh. The truth. That information most certainly held significance Kay could not ignore. It was a trump card against her, if you will.
ああ、藤井くん、来たみたい。
Kay could neither hear Ray's words nor see the young man walking through the streets below.
ね。だからそれはこうなって。
I managed to pry most of what I wanted from Rusalka on the way, although none of that new information sounded like it would grant me tactical superiority.
こんなところでいいかしら？
She answered all my questions without a hint of hesitation. If anything, it made me suspicious whether I could really trust the answers.
もうハイドリヒ教が宣戦布告しちゃったし、クリストフも好きにしろって言ったから好きにするわよ。隠して困るようなことでもないし、むしろ隠してた方が私らにとって効率悪いし。レン君ならそれくらいの理屈わかるでしょ？
まあな。
I still felt a bit suspicious of it all, but her explanation made sense, so I had no choice but to reluctantly agree. I'd asked her about the locations of the remaining swastikas.
この先どこが舞台になるのか、あなたに知ってもらった方が戦場を作りやすい。だって大量殺人を見過ごしたりはできないもんね。
You know, if that light behind Rusalka's head was slightly moved a little bit to the left, you could easily just kind of accidentally mistake that she's wearing some sort of bow that's keeping her ahoge in place.
っていうより、もうハイドリ秘境に会いたくないかな。ともかく何にせよ、レン君はゲームから降りられなくなっちゃってるわけだ。いやー、ほんとメルクリウスの性格悪いところは神がかってると思うわよ、私。
はははははは。
お前もいい勝負で性格悪いと思うけどな。
Yeah, they're pretty close. Nah, I'm just kidding. Not even. I made sure to load my tone with all the unpleasantness I felt. She took care to walk only the busiest roads on our way here, which made my reasons for not harming her twofold. For one, she had the information I needed. Furthermore, fighting her would have meant involving countless innocents. Not to mention that our destination turned out to be the tower. Now that really tied my hands. Fighting in this place would mean opening a swastika, and I wasn't even sure I could kill Rusalka on my own. Besides, she might as well have decided to run around killing innocent people instead of facing me fair and square. Regardless of what happened now, I'd have to stay on the defensive. Still wary of a surprise attack, I threw a question at the smirking bundle of wickedness next to me.
若作りが長いとみんな性格歪むもんなのか？
私は昔からこんなんだけどね。ま、褒め言葉と受け取っとくよ。
褒めちゃいねえよ。
でもあいつといい勝負だって意見は複雑な気分だけど悪くないよ。
あいつ。
The guy that she had been just telling me about.
カール・クラフトか。
そう。名前ハイドリ秘境に聞いたの？あの二人気持ち悪いくらい仲いいからね。普通異端同士ってのは慣れ合わないもんなんだけどさ。
異端ね。
The expression carried much more weight than a mere figure of speech. Rusalka was most definitely at the top of the food chain as far as common people were concerned, yet her phrasing made it seem like that guy was on a totally different level, even compared to her. Karl Kraft, Reinhard Heydrich. Well, even I could understand that those two were no joke. To say they were on another level was a colossal understatement. Amen! In short, they were inhuman, demonic abominations. Both of them.
その顔、何考えてるのかなんとなくわかるけど。まあ、同感だって言っとくわ。思えば、あの二人に会ったから、私の人生詰んじゃったのかもしれないし。まあ、ともかく、あなたのお目当ては、この上にいるから、行ってらっしゃいよ。その代わり、その子はここに置いてってもらうけどね。
何？
I couldn't possibly let that slide.
マリーを置いてけだと。
そうよ。大したことじゃないでしょ。
I don't want to leave her alone with you.
何？私？
Marie blinked at us in complete confusion, and I could hardly blame her. That came out of nowhere.
なんでだよ。
なんでも何も。テレジアちゃんが藤井くんと二人きりで会いたいなとか言うんだもん。その条件で私動いてるんだから、飲んでくれないと会わせらんないわよ。子供のお使いじゃないんだからさ。どうするの？言ったでしょ？二頭を追う者は一頭も得ずって。女二人どっちも欲しいなんてこと、女の私の前じゃ通んないよ。
Fair point.
だからってお前。
Bewildered by this sudden development, I merely kept glancing between Marie and the tower where Himuro supposedly was. Still, I managed to get a hold of myself in a few seconds. The answer was clear. There was no need to even think about it.
そんなことできるわけないだろ。
あら、どうして？
俺がいない間、お前がおとなしくしてる保証がどこにもない。ここはスワス地下だぞ。
じゃあ何？私もついてこいって言うの？欲張りね。 4P ってのはさすがにどうなの？
Get your head out of the goddamn gutter.
ふざけてんじゃねえぞお前。
Ignoring that ghastly mental image. Ignoring that ghastly mental image, I addressed her as bluntly as I could.
俺はお前を信用してない。だから目なんか離せないし、マリーを預けるなんて論外だ。だいたいお前何考えてこんな使いっ走りやってんだよ。絶対そういうのめんどくさがるタイプだろ。
Marie's trying to talk, Ren.
その時点で怪しすぎるし信用できない。とにかく俺はお前が何を言おうとこれっぽっちも。
Ren! Marie interrupted me with a loud, I dare say, annoyed cry.
私の話聞いてよ。一人で勝手に喋らないで。
Okay, but
でもさ、
I couldn't possibly back down from this. Trusting Rusalka would mean certain death for us all. And
レ
yet,
ンは気にしないで行ってきていいよ。私はここに残るから。
she has her guillotine, so...
は？
What the hell did she just say?
だから心配しなくていいの。私はこの人見張ってるから。
There we go.
見張るって言われても。
私はレンの何？
As I was still trying to process what I had just heard, Marie glared at me with that pouting expression.
ちゃんと頼って言ったでしょ。霞みたいな扱いしたら怒るよって。レン、態度が一貫してない。そういうのは男らしくない。そう、男らしくないよ。
Oh, come on, don't team up with her! Okay, but...
そういう問題じゃないだろう。
そういう問題なの。
I would have loved to retort, but it didn't seem like she cared to listen.
で、お前は何を笑ってんだよ。
だって面白いから。いいじゃない。彼女はこう言ってんだし。よくわかんないけど、この子メルクリウスにもらったの？だったら私としてもそんなブラックボックスの塊に手なんか出したくないわよ。言いたくないけどさ、そういう理屈はわかるでしょ？
うるさいな。黙ってろよ。
Rusalka openly admitted that Karl Croft was on a whole other level compared to her, and I had to agree. In which case it made sense that she couldn't lay a finger on Marie, who was no doubt under the bastard's protection. That made sense, it sure did, but I still couldn't possibly go along with this, given the risks. I clicked my tongue and shook my head.
はいはい。じゃあ手早くケツを出してちょうだいね。お姉さん待ってるから。
何がお姉さんだ。
More like an old hag. I would have loved to rub that in her face, but at the moment I had more pressing matters on my hands.
私が信用できないの？
そういうわけじゃないけどな。
I had no idea how to handle Marie when she was in a bad mood. I mean, I understood her feelings and all, but what if this decision turned out to be our downfall? Even if it was unlikely that Rusalka would do anything to Marie directly, someone had to be here to stop the hag if she suddenly decided to start killing people left and right. I wasn't sure if Marie could do anything about her if things escalated to a fight, and even if she could, I didn't feel like leaving her alone in a situation like that. I doubted she even understood what fighting meant. She might have somehow acquired a whole new palette of emotions, but it didn't appear like they pertained to actually comprehending the danger of the situation. At the same time, it didn't seem like I could get far arguing her in this state. Ah, god damn it. Is there no good way of getting out of this?
レンはあの上に行くんでしょ？
Marie pointed at the tower, completely ignoring my anguish.
前に私も登ったから覚えてる。あそこからならここのことよく見えるじゃない。だから何かあったらすぐわかるよ。心配しないで行ってきて。ね。
I looked back at Rusalka one more time. She in turn let out a heavy sigh.
仕方ないわね。そんな疑り深いレン君のために私が誠意ってやつを見せましょう。おとなしく言うこと聞いてくれるならあと一つ すごい得だね。教えてあげる。
Really?
得だね。
Rusalka grinned at me like a hyena as I gave her a suspicious look.
私たちの能力知りたくない？
Why?
は？
Nani? I couldn't believe her.
お前らの能力だと？
そうよ。今日の私にやましい気持ちはないってこと。これで了解してちょうだいよ。あなたの異界は形成みたいだけど、ここで言う能力ってのはその上にある必殺技。ぶっちゃけた話、誰のものでも知らずに受けたら本当に必殺なんだからね。こんなの普通話さないよ。と言ってもレオンとメルクリウスだけは知らないけどさ。言い換えれば他は全員知ってるのよ。さすがにハイドリ秘境と私のは除くとして、それ以外なら誰のものでも一人だけこっそりレン君に教えてあげる。
Huh.
いい取引じゃない？これはっきり言って利敵行為に近いんだよ。
じゃあなんで？
I had no idea what made her want to see me meet Himuro that much.
そうした方が面白くなりそうだからよ。私は私でいろいろあるの。
Oh, of course.
こうまで譲歩してるのにまだ信じてくれないなら傷ついちゃうの。そうなったら私何しちゃうかわかんないな。簡単な二択だよ、レン君。私を信じて得をするか、私を疑って損をするか。だからね、ほらどうするの？大丈夫だよ、レン。この人嘘言ってないから。
Okay, you're my human lie detector, even psycho lie detector, so...
またそれかよ。
Marie said the same thing about Father Trifa, and she was right. He did hand over Himuro as promised. In other words, I could probably trust her intuition, or rather it felt like more like I didn't even have a choice to begin with.
何よ、怖い顔して。
It's my default expression, shut up. This bickering could very well escalate to a battle if I kept being indecisive, and that was one outcome I hoped to avoid. If both options were bad, I had to bet on the one that seemed to be the least destructive one. My personal feelings are the main issue now. How should I proceed so I could avert the worst case scenario no matter how things played out? Ah! Interesting. Let's go ahead and put you right here. Trust. It's unfortunate that we've run out of save points, but it's not like I've got much of a choice on the matter. Alright, I think the option that I have to pick is Trust Rusalka, but I think we'll go ahead and tackle that in the next episode. I realize it's probably not fair to kind of suddenly end it right here, but... I do apologize in that regard. Okay, let's see. Option. I don't want to override it. What the hell's wrong with me? Pick option 2. Okay, yeah, it's Trust Rusalka. I gotta Trust Rusalka. That's... two words that I never thought I'd put in the same sentence together, but... Alright. Interesting. Okay, now we're finally getting to see some, well... This is immediately different. I mean, if I come back... If I suddenly come back and Rusalka's just kind of covered in, like, splotches of blood everywhere because she kept getting her neck sliced, and then Marie's just kind of sitting there like, she kept trying to poke me. And then just there is, yeah, I don't know. Then I know that she was trying to push my buttons. But anyway, I'm gonna have to end it there. So, this is an interesting turnabout. We're not going directly to the. We did not go directly to the club this time. Instead, Rusalka decided to hop in. I'm already intrigued. I'm definitely curious to kind of see how a lot of these events kind of affect the overall outcome of this Grand Gunal. So, Anyway, other than that, if you all like this, be sure to let me know. Thank you all very much for watching, and I guess next episode we're going to trust Rusalka, so see you guys there. Hello there everybody, Sabato92 here, and if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you guys like my content, then maybe you'd like to check out another channel who I think deserves equal attention. So click that Nightmare emblem and check out that channel, or go to the links in the description down below. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.